not beans. And I'm not even kidding. Thank you. So everybody, welcome. I'm just going to take us through our regular routine and we start off immediately. So you're here at the 12th edition of The Discovery. We welcome you again on behalf of Gilbert and myself. Thank you so much, and I know you are in for a good time. Again, our house rules, for those who have been regular on The Discovery, I'm sure you know the house rules already, but let me just run through it again for the sake of those joining us for the first time. Everybody's mic is muted for only one reason, to reduce interruptions. If you have a question, please use the chat room. I'll keep going through the chat room throughout so that we will not miss out any question. And for those that want to speak, just signify with a raise of hand at the end of her session and you will be acknowledged and unmuted. So the Discovery is a weekly business opportunity meeting put together by Team Grace International. And the purpose is simple. 3 basic things. Number 1 is to show the legality of this industry that many people are ignorant of. Number 2 is to show a unique company playing in that space. So yes, the industry is legal, but again, a particular company playing in that space that many people are still ignorant of. And number 3 is to welcome new people to the industry and specifically to this company that we proudly partner with. In Team Grace, Grace makes us game changers, and this program is live, like I said earlier, on the Game Changers Network page on Facebook. So meet the faces behind TGI, Gilbert, Ute, and Oluwayomi Ute. It's such a joy for us to have you joining us today at the 12th edition of The Discovery. Our guest for today is amazing. She's an Amazon on her own. She is a financial and leadership expert with 14 years of experience in the banking industry. She is the pace setter, and she has worked in various exciting capacities and roles, including relationship management, corporate banking, commercial banking, and the role of a branch manager, winning to her name multiple awards of achievement and excellence. And today I really want to find out from her how she left all of that to come into entrepreneurship. I'm sure you also want to know it. We'll hear it all from her today. Our guest for today obtained her Bachelor's of Arts in Political Science and a master's degree in public administration, in addition to several other academic and professional certifications. Her passion for excellence, defining new territories, trends by working on what works, prompted her into joining Longbridge International. She has to explain that. A multinational manufacturing company with headquarters in China just 4 years ago. As a pace setter, an exceptional story of voluntarily resigning from the banking industry to pursue her dream of raising global industry leaders is something you need to see. I mean, I remembered when I saw that body clip, I'm like, wow, this is such an awesome moment. And I'm so sure she will have been so emotional looking back at it again and again. Today, she's highly sought after, and that's why I'm so glad that she could make out time to be with us today. And she has been helping a lot of people create alternative income stream using the Longbridge platform. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest for today is happily married to Mr. James-Effiong, and they are blessed with 3 amazing children. Now, before I bring her on, let me just use this time to begin to say it now, that ma'am, you will need to start talking to your husband for me because we are bringing him on soon. So please start telling him that we are bringing him on, and so you should get ready to have us. Everybody in the house, all the leaders in the house, I don't take it for granted that you are here. Thank you so, so much. I'm grateful. Thank you for coming. And for all our guests in the house, thank you. I'm sure today you will get value. So I'm bringing on our guests for today. Use your chat, use your chat box to welcome her for me with a good God bless you. Let's receive today to the Discovery, Chinenye James-Effiong. Ma'am.
Hey. I'm so excited to be here, ma'am. How are you doing?
Glad to have you. I'm doing so well. You are most welcome. Wow.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much
Hi,
for coming.
everyone. Oh, I can see a lot of love out here. You're welcome, ma'am. You're welcome, ma'am. You're welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much, guys. I'm really very elated to be here with you all today. Great team.
Thank
And
you
I'm
so
sure
much.
we are going to have a little nice discussion
Oh,
today.
definitely we'll have a good time. And I'm really eager to ask you a lot of questions. Trust me. I want to ask you while we were in China together, but I think God didn't allow us to have that time so that everybody here can hear your answer. Now, if you had spoken to me then, maybe by now I'll have been like, I already know, so I wouldn't ask. But I don't know. So I really want to understand. How did you leave the banking world, the almighty banking industry, to veer into entrepreneurship?
Well, how did it all happen? I always like to, first of all, hello guys, thank you for the introduction and the warm welcome, and thank you for what you're doing at this program, The Discovery. Well done, Madam Ute, and your amazing husband. I would like you to send my regards to him.
Well done.
And I'm really pleased to be here today. So how did I get into entrepreneurship? Really and truly, I never entrepreneurship, all right? I always like to put it to what my why was. All I knew at the point was that I needed to create something else aside my salary. All I knew is that I needed to have something else coming into the family pocket aside from salaries. Coincidentally, my husband also is a lecturer. I was a banker. So we're both in the employment world. And we recognized that salary wasn't going to allow us, wasn't enough to help us live the life that we would want to live, the lifestyle we would want to live, and the lifestyle we want to create for our children. So we started when we had our first and our second. I had just had our second baby, and these expenses were piling up. And looking into the future, it was obvious that something else needed to happen to come in as a family income stream. That was the starting point, what birthed my entrepreneurial drive. As a matter of fact, I never thought I could be an entrepreneur. I never thought I could do anything. First off, I never believed I could sell anything. And as a matter of fact, I couldn't sell anything apart from the bank's products and services. Yeah, I was in the market-facing arm of the banking industry. Yes, that was the only thing that I had learned how to do. And that was the only thing I had known all my life. So it was a fresh terrain for me to have to make that decision. But the reason behind it was enough to help us take that decision, all right? So that I would say the need for a second stream of income was how the starting point for us. And so the question was now, what kind of business can we really do? What kind of entrepreneurship can give us the flexibility to do it part-time? Remember, I had a very highly tasking job. Anybody here on this call who knows the banking industry knows that it's one of those that you would say these people are busy. They are really busy. You know, you go to work, you don't know when you come back from work. Sometimes I had to work till 9 p.m. I had to work till 10 p.m. When I was working on a particular transaction for one of my customers. I had to work till 10 p.m. And as a married woman, I thank God for having an understanding husband and a supportive husband. He was supportive through the process. But my point is, irrespective of how tasking the job was, we had to, you know, figure that we needed to do something to buy the time back. All right. So like I said, that was the starting point. So the questions were, what kind of business can we do? The traditional businesses was going to require a lot more of my physical presence, or my husband's physical presence. And time was a luxury we couldn't afford. And also other risk inherent in those traditional businesses, like we would have to rely on several other people, our future, our, like, a sales girl can decide to eat up your money. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need to put your trust in the hands of others. So we were looking out for the kind of business that we could do with limited physical, you know, interference, all right? That we can do remotely. So a lot of options came up, but never did multi-level marketing come up, because I had in my heart, in my husband's heart, we had ruled out network marketing.
Always.
We thought it was a lot of things that it wasn't. We thought it wasn't something we could ever do. We thought it was a scam. We thought it was for the low class. We thought it was for the jobless. We thought it was like, you know, those Ponzi schemes. That misconception around. I was one of those who had those misconceptions, and I was never going to. In fact, as you're telling me next, before you say work, I'm already walking away. I tell you, it's not my thing. Okay? But the point where it all changed for me was a point the day I met my upline. I had gone to drop our daughter in school, and she came out all transformed. When I say transformed, I had known her a couple of years before then. The transformation I saw in her made me not to recognize her. First of all, is that she came out from a brand new car. I knew she didn't have a brand new car. I knew she was a struggling young lady. And seeing her in that kind of, and so I assumed, I concluded it wasn't her, as a matter of fact. Wow. Until she now stopped me and said, is this Chinenye? Is this not you? And I was like, is this you? She said, yes. Where have you been? And she told me, I've been around. And she told me I traveled to US and all of that. I switched off. I started wondering how, you know. And so she went, I have a business opportunity I would like to share with you. I was very curious to hear it, because as a matter of fact, at that point in my life, whatever changed this young lady's life needed to change my own situation, because at that point, I really did need another source of income. And so I invited her over to my office. And at that point, I didn't know it was multi-level marketing at all. And I think that if she had told me with the closed mind I had, I would have just, you know, probably said, don't worry, don't come. But when she came to my office, she now told me, have you heard about Long Beach? And, you know, I had heard, and I concluded it was a scam. Someone told me that she earned 90,000 one time. I shared with my husband. My husband said, don't mind them, it's a lie. And we both shoved it aside. So when she told me that, I was like, how can this be? But something happened. She told me, I use your bank for my weekly bonuses. Yeah. We are paid weekly on this company. So can you look into my account statement? She gave me the permission and her account number. And right in front of her, I looked into her account statement. And that was the turning point for me. Because looking into that account statement, I saw a young lady who I thought was, you know, struggling, that she was actually earning more than an AGM in the bank. Wow. At that time, I was not an AGM. In fact, at that point, I was just a relationship manager in the bank. I wasn't even a branch manager at this point. So looking at her, I was like, wow. And it was that point I now became humble and humble enough to ask her, how does this really work? And then she broke it down. It made sense to me. It made a lot of sense to me. I had to print her account statement and took it to my husband. And my husband now asked me the same question. How does this really work? At first, my husband said, it's not true. She used to go and she goes to pay the money into her account and then go back to withdraw it, because, you know, the statement will show Lord, I had to tell him, calm down, God, doubting Thomas. I know both of us on this table or doubting Thomas's. Don't worry, this time around, this one is real because I have seen the narration and all of that. And I printed this straight from the system, from her. And so there was no alteration or anything like that. That was when he now asked me, how does it work? So I explained the same thing to him, and he asked me, so we are going to get products worth our money. This is the simple logic behind this business that makes it, this is actually the only thing that makes people, when people have limited knowledge of this particular fact, they tend to generalize and have several misconceptions about it. If you think about it logically, you're getting value at the issue. And this was the question here. So we're going to get products worth our money 100% from day one. So if we decide for whatever reason that we don't want to do the business anymore, we have not lost any money. And I said, yes. He said, let's go on. Let's go on. Let's do it. This is the business we have been looking for. This is the kind of business we've been looking for. This business gives you the flexibility to actually do. Like, I started this business. I would be in the office. I would be able to look into my phone and know that I'm doing my business without having to be physically there. Then over the weekend, I can now do the physical part of my business. During the weekdays, I can do the non-physical part of the business and still make money. And this was how our journey began.
Wow.
And I can say that from that time till today, it's been from glory to glory. I never knew anything that looked like borrowing money. Before then, before month end, you see everybody has run out of cash. Of course, salary doesn't last to the end of the month. So people are asking, I bet, can you give me 20K till the end of the month? That part, I don't know how it felt anymore. I could not even imagine it, because from day one, we started making at least a little time after we began. As we began to work the business, we started earning income that was able to cushion our expenses until payday. Until then, such a time when my income from my loan business even outgrew, doubled, tripled, and all of that, my salary. I was no longer looking forward to my salary. My salary was the one for other things, while the long rich money was the real deal. Yeah, that's what I can say is how we got in touch and began this entrepreneurial journey with Longreach. It wasn't planned, and we walked into it and we embraced it, and we decided to run with it, and it worked for us.
Wow. You walked into it, you embraced it, you walked it, and it began to work for you. Can you hear me now?
Maybe it's just me, but your audio, I can barely hear you.
Wow, I can hear you so well here. Can you hear me, everyone?
You are fairly muted, that's why.
Oh, okay. So can you hear me now, Chinenye?
Yes, you are back now.
The volume is just low, but I can try.
Okay, please do. I don't know. I'm sure it's the network, because I'm practically shouting here. So thank you so much for giving us that background. But then I'm wondering, when you finally joined, how did your colleagues take it when they now hear that the wonderful banker with so many accolades is now a network marketer? Wow, network is dealing at that end. Can you hear me now?
Maybe I should log out and come back in.
Okay, while you are logging out and coming back in, I want to thank very much all the leaders who are on the call. Dr. ID, I see you. Thank you so much. I don't take it for granted. Everyone is still talking about your session last Saturday. It was a wow. And for those that missed that session and every other session of the Discovery, it's there on Facebook, the Game Changers Network, or on YouTube, the TGI Entrepreneurs. The reason for all we're doing is to show the world, not just Team Grace, but everybody, that this business works. It's a major step out of living hand to mouth. A lot of things are failing today. Even the bank work is failing. But whether we like it or yes, because there is no, this is the business of the 21st century. If you missed Dr. ID last Saturday, please go listen to it. She was very scientific about it, and she could break it down to everyone to see that it is for real. Peseta, thank you so much, sir. You are always there with us. Nkiru, all the leaders in the house, I truly salute you. I don't take it for granted at all. Thank you so much for coming on board, and thank you for making Discovery what it is. Every Saturday, we exceed our expectation because you partner with us. While we are waiting for her to come back in, I will tell us to all our guests in the house, please contact the person that invited you or call either of us on the numbers on the screen. We'll be glad to help you start off on this business. So you are on this call, you want to do this business, you don't know how to go about it. Not a problem. Call any of us on these two lines. We'll be glad to help you, or contact the person that invited you. And even if you go to the Facebook page and leave a message there, I definitely will get back to you. It's a joy to see you be all that you desire to be by partnering with this awesome, amazing opportunity. So let me see if he's in the house, if she's back in, and then we can take it from there. But she's a banker, and I can't ever forget her first video I saw. While we're waiting for her to come back in, I think, let me see if I can lay hands on that video and just play it for us. It's a bit of her story. Okay, somebody's asking me a question. I'll respond to you shortly. It's a little bit of her story. Okay, she's back in the house, so let me just find her. So she tells us her story herself. I'll just find her in a moment. Yes, I found her. Yes, so ma'am, you are now a co-host, so you can unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh,
sorry about that, please.
Not a problem. Somebody had rightly said that when you are doing something in Nigeria, there are a lot of things you pray about. You pray about every infrastructure, including internet. So that's what we're experiencing. When the program is starting, I'm like, oh, okay, so let me lay hand on my laptop and on my phones to make sure that the internet just connects. So now that you are back, I will listen to your story. I was asking, how did you face it when your colleagues saw this award-winning banker, now a network marketer? How did you overcome that status, temporary looking down on by people? Because people think that those who are in network marketing are those who are struggling to make ends meet. How did you cope with that?
I would say that it was, I had to take a decision to take it. I prepared my mind ahead before I started. Like I said, I also was one of those who used to look at those people who do network marketing the other way. Because I had, so I would say I had my mind prepared that, yes, the same way you used to look at people, people are going to look at you that way. But it had changed for me. I now could see the light. So mine was to educate people as much as I could to also see the light. And yes, I faced all of that. I remember clearly one of my friends had to, after I talked to her about language, she had to, you know, those people that cannot really tell you face to face, go to hell. They go to Facebook and write something. So she went on Facebook and wrote, all these jobless people should stop disturbing me, I beg. I'm not into network marketing. Bring this, wow. bring this one, bring that one.
Wow.
So yeah, was like, I felt, of course I'm human, I felt a little bit, oh, but the information you have and being able to understand the fact that you need to prepare yourself to endure a temporary loss of social esteem will help you. If you have mindset right ahead of time, you will not be taken by surprise. So I only felt bad, but I went on to educate her. It didn't matter if she joined me or not. Our job is not to force people or convince people. Our job is to educate people. So if it ends with her signing up or not wasn't the issue, but I had to make her understand how much information that I had gotten, try to pass it on to her that, hey, this is not for jobless people. This is not for it's not what you think it is. This is a vehicle for wealth creation. We had a bit of argument, you know, she saying her own, me saying my own, but I was glad I was able to educate her on that. But what I was trying to say in bringing that up is that those things happened. Those things happen. A lot of people, you would call them, they would not pick your calls anymore. All that has a way of getting back to you to feel, oh, is it because I'm doing this? But the truth of the matter is, as soon as you begin to achieve your success, just focus on achieving success. Don't even bother about who is joining you and who is looking down at you, on you. They are going to begin to run after you. After I got my first trip, my first car, I know many of them who turned back to now say, Chinenye, you did explain it well to me. You did explain that it is like this. You did explain it. Why didn't you force me? I've heard that. Why didn't you force me? And I would laugh so hard and say, so I should have gone into your pocket to take the money, right? Yeah. But all that, you get that because success attracts. And so when you achieve the success on the business, you begin to, it's the result that will cancel those insults. So I went through that. Yes, I would say I went through that. But I mean, right now, who is laughing?
Absolutely. Right now, who is laughing? But I hear you say results cancels insults. Now, for those who are on this call who are just joining, how do they get this result?
Well, getting results, I must tell you, on this platform is not a walk in the park. It's not going to come to you in your comfort zone. You will need to do a lot of radical things. You will need to be deliberate about it. You will need also to be focused and consistent. And do not even think to yourself that it's going to be easy. Not to scare anybody, but nothing good comes easy, right?
Yeah.
But you need to set out with the mindset that you're going to achieve success. Because it's quite tricky, because many people are going to be saying no at that point. So where really are you going to get your success from? You need to continue to knock on the doors. And out of the several no's, you're going to get the yeses that will transform your business. You need to go out of your comfort zone. You need to go out, social media, every means that you can to find people, to tell people about this opportunity. They may not come from those who know you. That's my point. They might even, the people who may transform your business may not come from your warm market, your hot market, your sisters, your cousins, or all that. Forget about them for now. Talk to them, yes. Make sure you are the person who has told them about the opportunity. Make sure you have satisfied your conscience to tell them and follow up with them. But do not get discouraged because your relatives refuse to join you. Go out. The people, when you open a shop, it's not your relatives that will come and buy from you. Understand that you have started a business. Go out and find those people to join your business. And when you do, work with them and you will definitely achieve something. The problem we have is that many people give up. This is an industry where we get more no's than we get yeses. This is an industry where we get a lot of rejections. That's because a lot of people don't understand it, and that's totally fine. But there are people who are there who need this opportunity. We have the gift. So go out there, look for those people, get them on board, and work with those people to achieve your success. And as soon as you get that first success, all other success will be working on top of precepts upon precepts. It will begin to build up. With that first success you get, you'll be able to get several other successes. And this has been the story for several achievers on this platform. So focus on getting that first success, no matter what it takes. And it becomes a little easier, you may say. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. Focus on getting the very first success. But you said something that I cannot get off my mind. You said results do not come from the comfort zone. So for you to succeed, you must get out of your comfort zone. But then I'm wondering,
That's right.
as a banker, so you came out of your comfort zone. How were you able to prospect and how did you handle rejection?
Well, I really did come out of my comfort zone because number one is that I had a tasking job, remember?
Yeah.
So I needed to double up. I needed to do more to be able to meet up with people who had more time. So I cannot tell you it was easy. There were times that I had to, as a matter of fact, every little opportunity, every little time I had was put into my business, aside from family time. That little time I have. So I was that lady, that crazy lady that when she's eating lunch, she's talking to a prospect. When she's driving, I'm not telling people to drive and talk on phone, but those were the little times I had. So those times that I'm closing late, 9 p.m. from work, and I'm coming home, I'm using it because I know once I get home, the children and all of that, I'm using it to do something about my business. So I strained myself, delisted a lot of things, a lot of time wasters. I really did cut off a lot to be able to achieve success here because I had sat down and told myself that I needed to buy my time back. I needed to get to that point where I would really be doing the work because I want to do it, not because I don't have a choice, I don't have options. All right, I needed to do it because I had the passion to do it. So I had to work on time management. I had to work on tasking myself over a short period of time, then buy my time back. And now today, I'm my own boss.
Wow.
I decide what I do with my time. That is the price for the sacrifice I made back then. So yes, it wasn't easy, but I really did a lot within the little limited time that I had. And then I remember there were times I had to take time off, like when we were trying to qualify for the first trip to United States of America. I had to take 2 weeks, my leave. I used it to go and do my language business. I traveled to Oka, went there, did a lot of groundwork. I was working like I was crazy. I was going from door to door. I was going from office to office to invite people for seminars, to tell people about the business. I did a lot of ground footwork. But guess what? I remember one of those seminars that I went out, invited people. Only 2 people attended, my mother and her friend. You know that kind of seminar that you know you have done publicity.
Wow.
So what am I trying to say? Even with all of that, I didn't get discouraged. I felt bad. In fact, as the name for my leader came all the way from Uyo for that seminar, and she was the one consoling me. She told me, don't worry, sometimes it happens like this. I was crying. I said, oh Lord, after cooking food, paying for hall, drinks, all those things.
Wow.
So that result might not come as quickly, as swiftly as you expected it, or as you'd expect it. But the truth is, if you continue to do it consistently, the results will come. The results will definitely come. But will you be there when the results come? Even when it looked that way, I continued. And definitely, I was able to achieve my break. And then about the rejection question. I think I've already addressed it when I talked about that I faced rejections.
Yeah.
Well, my job had given me a bit of background on handling, rejections or objections or stuff like that, because I was in the marketing field. But when coming on the Longreach platform, I realized that rejection was on a different level. The one I was seeing in banking was the baby infant rejection. That there is the grandmother of rejections. I saw those kind of disappointments that will make you want to give up. And all I would do is just feel bad, lie on my bed, feel bad, then call my upline as the new phone and say, see what happened though, and just let it out to her, and she'll just encourage me. And I would use those disappointments as a motivation to ensure I succeed on the platform. So instead of allowing rejections and objections and disappointments to discourage you, what I did was to convert it as a motivation to ensure that I hit my goal so that I can make a point that it really works.
So you turned your rejection around. You made it now became your motivation to succeed. That's awesome. Can you hear me? Have I lost you? Hello, ma'am.
I'm here, but this all has gone back. I'll try to hear. Just go on.
Okay. So you were able to turn your rejection into a motivation to succeed.
That's right.
Let me ask you this. What makes, in all of this, we've been talking about Long Reach, what makes Long Reach unique?
Well, the truth is that there is no other, you must all know, I have not been involved in any other network marketing company apart from Long Reach, all right?
Yeah.
But I had to do a lot of research coming on board after I finally opened my mind to the fact that network marketing is an optional check. So a lot stood out for Long Reach. Long Reach is one platform that is a futuristic platform. When I looked at the scholarship, the several kind of, the company itself, the company profile, looking at the pedigree, the number of years, 34 years now, at that time, I think it was 30 years, 30 years. No, 20, I don't know, but 34 years now. And I've been from my risk management background of writing credits back in the bank. I know that part of what you check in giving out facilities to companies who come for facilities. I was in corporate bank, like I said, and we had a lot of multinationals in our clientele base. What part of what you look out for is how long has this company been in business? How long have they been? What are they trying to check? Statistics has it that companies tend to fail 90%, between 80 to 90% of companies fail within their first 3 years of operations. So if you're coming to get a facility from the bank and they ask you how long have you, the checklist, that first checklist, and you say you are below 3 years, you are not even getting that facility because the risk is high. So what I'm trying to say is that for a company to have lasted that long, the projection is that it is strong and is going to last for the next double of the years it has already been in existence. That for me was one main thing. Then looking at the variety of products the company also had and the quality of the products, that also stood out for me. For me, I'm like, at least if somebody doesn't want toothpaste, you will want mouth freshener. If you don't want body cream, you will want this one. There is something for everybody. There is a product for everybody. And the products are nice. So those were a few of the things that for me stood out, apart from the platform itself, how futuristic the entrepreneurial platform is. Those were the other things that stood out and got me completely sold to Long Reach. And I say it with authority anyway, even though I've not been in any other company. I've done my research and all of that. And I have seen people in other companies. There is no other multi-level marketing company that is like Long Reach. And we also know that's what stands out, that Long Reach is primarily a manufacturing company, not a network marketing company. So you can say this is a giant in this area of manufacturing. They manufacture for other companies. Looking at the brand that they manufacture for, you can say of the truth that this company also has the capacity for it to be entrusted with such, responsibility to manufacture for such brands. It's an indication that this company is strong. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, one of the things that struck me, because Longreach wasn't my first company I was partnering with, but I ran away from the company I was on before because every month you just had to buy. You had a target. You had to do this volume every month. Otherwise, you were not going to get your bonuses. But I found out that when you come to Longreach, maybe I need you to confirm that. Is it mandatory to buy and sell on this platform?
You see, this, when I said I've heard from other companies and people who have been in with other companies, this exactly was part of just a little bit of what these people suffer in those places. So you get, I had a friend who was in one company, I wouldn't mention the name. Part of why she gave a lot of objections, part of her objections was that that company that she tried, that she had to buy and buy and buy, and all of her house was filled with products because she was unable to earn until she buys. She needed to do what we call authorship. And I got to see that in Longreach, there was nothing like that. The most that you need to do in Longreach is to do what is called your repeat order, retail order, which is 30 PV, for you to earn leadership bonus. And that we're talking about barely 12,000 naira or something.
True.
So even if you're earning 20 million naira today in Longreach, and part of that 20 million naira is your leadership bonus, all you need to do is 12,200 naira, something like that. So the fact that there is no authorship makes it very unique. And Longreach, there is no authorship. That, for me, also makes it stand out. Thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you so much. You know, somebody just answered somebody's question. The person was saying, is it compulsory to do the 30 PV? Can one be penalized for not doing it in a particular month?
It is not compulsory.
Absolutely.
30 PV in Longreach is not compulsory. As a matter of fact, you earn your bonuses, you earn your performance bonus, you earn your development bonus. It is only tied to leadership bonus and your worldwide incentives. Okay? So, and the truth is, this is a negligible amount of money. So, if you think about the cost benefits, if you think about what you're going to lose in leadership bonus by not doing it, so it makes sense that you do it. And the fact that you can also do it from your back office, the 5% that is reserved for you in your back office by Longreach, allows you to do it without paying money. I've done my retail order till 2022, and I still have a lot of money in my back office. So it's something very flexible, and it's not compulsory.
Thank you so much. Now,
but it is important.
But it is important. Thank you. It's not compulsory, but it is important. Now, I'm coming to you on how you built your team. But before I come there, during the pandemic, when everybody sat at home, a lot of people lost their jobs. Those that still had their jobs were not sure of being paid salaries. Income nosedived for a good number of people. How were you during the pandemic? Did you miss the bank? Were you wishing, oh God, why did I leave the bank?
That was a Thanksgiving period for me. And that was one, everybody had time to reflect.
Yeah.
And part of my reflections was mostly, what if I didn't say yes to Longreach? What would have happened? Because everywhere was shut down. That period of our lives, oh my God, nobody wants to go back there. Everywhere was shut down. Everything was on lockdown. Businesses was on lock and key. People were, let me not use the word begging, but people were actually asking people for money to feed. But yet, we were here in this household, still earning weekly from Longreach. I got to really conclude that this was the best decision we ever made in our life. Because this is the only kind of business that suits it. I say it's pandemic proof, it's evolution proof. All right? Because those are daily consumables, and people are looking to have opportunities to do businesses from home. So when there is lockdown, people are at home, they can do businesses and make a little money. This is where our business comes in. So while everyone was on lock and key, our business was still thriving and we were still making income. right from the comfort of our home in the lockdown.
Wow. So while everybody was talking about pandemic and lockdown, you were making money in the comfort of your home.
Exactly.
Wow. So
not just me, my entire family, everybody was.
Even your children?
Of course. Of course, they all earn weekly, so everyone was still earning.
Wow. That's awesome. So you are earning weekly, and I'm sure you are earning in the 7 digits every week. I'm sure that you are trying to be modest. You are trying to tell us, trying to be nice. Can you just tell us a bit about
Yes, for security purposes.
For security purposes, you just want to take it off the radar. I totally understand. Thank you so much. Now, with your busy schedule, you've said something about those business, that our job is not to convince people or coerce people. Our job is to educate people. And as a banker,
Right.
for 3 years, you were a banker and you became an SD as a banker. How did you build your team?
Right.
Because I know that this business relies on team. How did you build your team? And how large is your team today?
I would say, first of all, that based upon my do I call it an innate attributes? I kind of am a team player, and I like to work with people. So, but building my team while sitting on my job, yes, I got to the rank of star director as a banker. In fact, I was the first banker to become a star director in Longreach. Yeah, that's the record. I invested a lot in my team because I knew I was constrained with time, was constrained in the area of time. So I made up for that in investing in my team. Phone calls, when I'm able to touch base with them, duplicating myself in all of them, most importantly. Not doing it for them, but showing them how to do it and making sure they can stand on their own. So that when I'm busy at work, I know that I have a team who is doing exactly what I could have done out there. So I focused on my team. I don't joke with my leaders. If many of my leaders will call me, even if I'm in NPR, as soon as I'm done, I call you back. I try to work through that issue with you so that we are sure that beyond solving the problem for you today, you can solve it for yourself tomorrow. So working with the team, deepening the team, investing in the team in the area of my time helped me duplicate, myself in my team, and it's caught my job to a large extent where my time could not let me.
So how large is your team today?
The last check we're a lot. We are going on 60,000.
Woo! Wow, going on 60. That's awesome. And of course, of this 60,000, I'm sure you don't even know like 1% of them. But every
time I always say this to people. I have a team of this large number of people. I don't know. I thank you for putting it at that 1%. I don't think I know up to 1% of them. And that is the power of network. That's the power of duplication. And that is the power of leverage. So imagine having all of those people who I didn't know, I couldn't have known from anybody. The one person that that now become part of your family. And out of those people that I didn't know from anywhere, that we got connected because of this platform. We have even become a found family, many of them. So many of them today are like close relatives to me. I can call them up on personal things, we talk and we relate. That is the power of connection, and that is the power of network. That is why I'm totally grateful, eternally grateful to multi-level marketing, that I said yes to multi-level marketing.
Wow.
The power of people.
The power of people, the power of network. Somebody says, if I do not get someone registered within a month, but I bought products. Am I still in process?
If you bought products and you didn't register anyone,
Yeah.
now it depends on how you bought the product. Yes, even if you buy a product in your code. Now let me say this, in Longreach, everything you do is value added, all right? So if you purchase products in your code, you are increasing your funds. You're working yourself towards getting to the VIP level, all right? And you are purchasing points for yourself, okay? If you get the product under you, you earn from that is counted as activity. It is not product purchase. Now, activity is classified as product leaving the warehouse, anything that makes product leave the warehouse of Longreach. Whether it is from people purchasing by getting on board or by you selling products to people, whichever one. But I must tell you that the value, the secret is in the referral, because you yourself cannot sell. I mean, imagine the number of people that got me to one-star director, for example, or even two-star director where I am today. I couldn't have sold all of that. But referring people and duplication is where the value is in network marketing. Yes, it's okay to sell products or buy products, but why don't you get people to also come and purchase directly from the company, and let them also tell their own people to come and purchase directly from the company? For me, it makes a lot more sense that way. But it's okay. If you buy, to answer your question directly, if you're buying product, it depends on how you're buying it for you to earn. If you're asking, if you buy, will you earn? For you to earn, depends on how you purchase it. If you buy it as a retail order in your code, yes, you earn from it. If you buy it under yourself, as an activity under you, yes, you will earn. If you buy it as an upgrade order in your own code, it is counting towards your own. So that's still value for you.
Thank you so much. That obviously that is still a lot of value for you. Now, today, particularly with the pandemic, the landscape has totally changed. I mean, people's lives cannot be the same again. There's no way. We cannot go back to before March events. What would be your advice to people out there who are looking for an alternative source of income, who are looking for stability in their finances? What would be your advice to them?
Thank you very much for that question. I would like to go straight to tell anybody who is listening to me right now, who is watching from anywhere, who is here to come on board the Longreach platform. I'd like to say this. We have a platform that can make you achieve your dreams. We have a platform that is evolution proof. We have a platform that can serve as a supplemental income stream, a cushion for your family's income. We have a platform that can transform your lives, that can move you from that place where you are today to where you have been thinking, or even beyond your expectation. It can serve you in this pandemic period. It can serve you as an extra income stream. We always say this: do you have a dream? Longreach has the platform. And the fact that you have nothing to lose by coming on board this platform makes it a no-brainer. Everybody should get on board this platform. Why? Because as you get on board, you get value for your money instantly. All you're doing is to make a purchase directly from the company, and you get yourself a business code that can begin to help you earn money on a weekly basis, qualify for trips, travel, all expense paid through, get cars, and all of that. So really and truly, I want to say in conclusion to anybody who has not gotten on board the Longreach platform that you're missing a lot. Jump on. There is no better time to sign up than today. There is no better time to begin. And for those who may think, I've been hearing things and I've not joined, am I too late? This was also what I thought. As a matter of fact, the first person I told about Longreach laughed at me and said, you are late. Is it this if you are joining Longreach? This is how many years? 4 plus years past. Look at where my life has moved. I have moved from a point where I never believed I could be in life, just because of that decision.
For those who have not started, please get on board today. I have two more questions for you, but I'll hold you for a moment. And I'm very serious. Please tell your husband, I'm begging, with the 140 people on this call, that I'm coming for him. I would love to have him on this call. I want to hear his perspective on all of this. So please tell Oga James that I am begging, that I am coming for him very soon. While I'm holding you on that thought, next Saturday, we are going to have a man in the house. And I'm so excited about this one. Next Saturday, we're going to be having, yes, it's coming to the house. Mr. Udotai, Victor Udotai will be with us next Saturday, 6 p.m. And I'm really eager to hear him. So if you're on this call, just mark your diary and know that next Saturday, we are going to be on this call together. You're going to enjoy it. There are few men in this industry. A lot of times they think it's a women's thing. So when I see the men, I want to hear all they have to say. And they always come with an interesting perspective. So please, if you're on this call, don't miss next Saturday. So somebody has asked Madam Chinenye, what is your favorite prospecting presentation line?
What is the most effective one?
Your favorite prospecting presentation line.
My favorite prospecting presentation line. I have one. As a matter of fact, I do not have a favorite prospecting presentation line. I seek, my presentation pattern is to hear people. I like to hear you and then address you. I give you a tailor-made solution for your problem. But at the end of the day, all I'm telling you is to come and create an additional income stream here. So whilst I always put out there in writing that I am a Plan B advocate, I can help you create an additional income stream. Maybe you can call that my favorite line. But when I'm doing a one-on-one with people, I just go to you. I hear you, hear your pinpoints, and then I'm able to flow with you as an individual. So maybe, yes, you can take that as my favorite prospecting line.
You're a Plan B advocate. I so love that. You're a Plan B advocate, and you have, somebody says, it is on rare occasions that you meet beauty and brain in the same house. This is one of those occasions that you are beautiful and you are brainy. Thank you so much, Madam Chinenye. Before I let you go, actually, I should be letting you go, but just before I let you go, particularly for bankers, and I have quite a number of bankers who are on this call, what would be your final words to them?
Okay. So particularly for the bankers we have on this call, I love you so much. I'm so passionate about people who are employed because I know the burden that they go through, and I know that we have a solution. All right. So my final thoughts for them is I would like to just share my personal philosophy that I hold so closely to my heart. And this is from my personal journey on this platform. And this is how it goes. I strongly believe that everyone and anyone has an equal playing ground and opportunity to achieve success in the long reach platform and network marketing, as long as they are willing to learn, unlearn, make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and remain unstoppable. So if you listen to this very clearly, you will know that I'm giving you a strong message that it is possible and it is doable to achieve the same level of success that you admire anywhere on this platform, even with that job that you think is a constraint for you. It is possible. All you need to do is to be ready to learn, unlearn, make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and remain unstoppable. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Learn from those mistakes and remain unstoppable. But somebody said that people frown at saying long reach is plan B. That when you call long reach plan B, it connotes a fallback position. It's as if it's derogatory. Now, what are your thoughts on it?
Now it depends on what you call plan B. For someone who is employed, what is the definition of plan B for the person? It is a second stream of income. Yes. It is an opportunity to cushion in an event of something else. You cannot call the person's job a plan B because that is the person's primary source of income. Sure. But our platform is a platform that can cushion. Of course, sometimes you wake up and you go to work, you don't have a job. What happens then? That is where the cushion comes in. So you can decide to call our platform a cushion, an alternative income stream, whatever it is you want to call it. It creates an extra income or a primary income. For now, for me, it's a plan A for me. But when I was on the job, I had a job. My job was the plan A, and long reach was my plan B. All right. So it depends on how the perspective you're looking at it. It's not wrong for me. That's my thoughts. It's not wrong. And it just depends on how you are looking at it. Plan B is not derogatory, in my opinion. It just depends on what you define a plan B as. Not a side chick.
Thank you.
Side chick is derogatory.
Not a side chick. I like that. Thank you so much.
Not kind of side chick kind of thing.
Thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate you. And on behalf of the team coach, who I'm just spotlighting now, Gilbert Ute, and
Madam, my SD.
Good to see you, sir.
Congratulations to the boss on his attainment to the top of the diamonds.
Thank you, sir.
It's washable. So invite us to.
Yes. Very washable, sir.
Thank you for honoring us again. Thank you so much. And we look forward to hosting him very soon too.
Thank you, sir. We'll be glad.
Enjoy. Our regards to him.
You've heard it from his mouth that we are looking forward to hosting him. So please tell him that we are coming for him very soon. But thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you for laying it on the table just the way it is. Thank you for being real. And thank you for being you. You have added value to a whole lot of people who are on this call. And everybody is saying a big thank you to you. We don't take your coming for granted at all. And for everybody on this call, please get back to the person that invited you. And if you don't have somebody to talk to, I'll be glad to assist you. Again, the Facebook page is the Game Changers Network. The Game Changers Network. Until next Saturday when we'll be coming again, I want to say a big thank you again to you. God bless you. Thank you for sharing your experience And everybody is just saying thank you in the house. God bless you real good. And we will come again. We will come again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. That's it for today on The Discovery. This is the 12th edition. See you next Saturday when we're talking to Mr. Victor Udotai on The Discovery. So invite your friends. Let's have a good time out next week, Saturday. Everybody on this call, thank you very much for coming. We truly do appreciate you. God bless you. Have a glorious